in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. 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 I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. You're so welcome. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see love in every face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Beloved friends, welcome. My name is Reverend Mary Tolenshaw, and I feel deeply honored and profoundly privileged to be here with you in this sacred space where our souls are welcome, in this sacred moment in time, in the lovely living energy of our gathering. Whether you're present in this sanctuary or joining us online, we are one community, one heart, one spirit. And as we light this lovely candle, we welcome in the radiant presence of our divine creator, the source of all life, the breath within our breath, the love that holds us steady. May this flame be a reminder that where two or more are gathered in love, we dwell on holy ground. This past Monday, we crossed the seasonal threshold of the autumn equinox, a moment of exquisite balance where day and night stood equal, where light and shadow shared one sky. Nature paused, and it invites us too to pause. It is a holy invitation to release what has become stagnant and to let go of what no longer bears fruit within us, so that the current of life may flow through us more vibrantly once again. The trees teach us. They don't cling to their leaves in despair. Oh no, they let go in complete trust. Yes, the falling leaves are not endings, but blessings, icons of freedom. reminding us that an uncluttered soul makes room for what's more true, more life-giving, more aligned with spirit. And what is luminous and what is unfinished still, both of them take place and neither defines us. We honor the abundance already here, our love shared, lessons learned, strengths discovered in unlikely places, and we return the rest to God, knowing that our release is a form of praise. As Reverend Eric Butterworth reminds us, God is not new as a raisin in a bun, but as the ocean is in a wave. In this wave of now, we open ourselves to the vastness of spirit flowing in us and through us. And so together with open hearts and open hands ready to receive, let us welcome the gifts that await us in this time of worship, connection, and renewal. And so it is, and it is so.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's praise. There's a holy hush around us. I see God in every face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. And I never thought I'd feel this way. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I too believe my love. And then I should ever go away. Well, then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. And then if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Well, you came and opened me, and now there's so much more I see. And so by the way, I thank you. Oh, and then for the times when we're apart. Well, then close your eyes and know the words are coming from my heart. And then if you can remember, I'm telling you to keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. Yeah, we all just sing together. Want to sing it together a little bit more? Keep smiling, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. We are friends. Yeah, I love it. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday, wonderful week. Let's see. All right. Good to see you, Greg. Good to see you in the face. All right. Y'all take care. You buddy.
Great music by Landis, as always. And where's Catherine? Thank you for joining in this morning. Thank you so much. Well, good morning. Good morning. And welcome to Unity of Chattanooga on this beautiful Sunday. It's a beautiful day, beautiful space, sacred space, with a room full of beautiful people. And the daily word reminding us that when we're fully present, everything is beautiful. So I'm going to hang on to that thought today.
Yeah.
My name is Gloria Hastings, and my husband Steve and I, we've been part of this church since 2021. We actually went to the first in-person service after the pandemic. But it wasn't our first time at the rodeo, because we had been to another Unity church. So we were very familiar with the principles, the practices, the beliefs, or maybe I should say the truths.
Yeah.
But before Unity, we'd been involved with other churches and learned some different things. At one point, we each had a foray into evangelical Christianity, but we managed to foray our way back into something a little more aligned with our values and principles. Hey, Ruby. Oh, this is great. All these pretty faces. Welcome. Hello. And one thing, or two things about unity that always appealed to Steve and me. One is that the concept of one power, one presence. As much as I used to love the Flip Wilson show back in the 70s, saying the devil made me do it is not really an acceptable means of escaping personal accountability. The other concept within unity we like that I went to a verse in the New Testament is that God dwells in you, through you, as you. And in unity, we embrace the concept of God within, the Christ within. And when you begin to embrace that concept in your own life, it changes everything. But in other churches, we were taught that God is out there, somewhere, beyond the skies, the stars, the heavens, he's somewhere. And in order to access God or have contact, you have to go through the church, you have to perform these rituals, or say these things over and over again. And sometimes, even now, even though I've been involved with unity for some time, I fall back on that old way of thinking. I feel distant from God. I feel disconnected. I feel separate. Usually when I am not feeling well, my lupus flares, or I allow myself to become fatigued or emotionally exhausted, I have trouble making that connection. But that's one reason that I keep coming back to this place, to be reminded of who I am, a radiant spiritual being, just as each of you are, beloved children of God. And I want to circle back just for a moment to that first visit at Unity of Chattanooga. It was outdoors. We didn't have a physical building then. And Steve and I were greeted by some very warm and sincere people. Mona was there, and her late husband Jim, Penny and Doug, Reverend Doug, John and Lynn were also there. There may have been some others too, but it was a small but enthusiastic crowd. And when we were greeted so warmly, Steve and I kind of looked at each other like, okay, we've been isolated socially from the pandemic, and here we are back in the presence of some really, really wonderful people. But I realized pretty quickly, this is more than just people with really good social skills. There's a real caring and a compassion that's taking place. and we felt an instant connection, and we realized, this is where we really belong. This is where we need to be. We did come down with COVID a month or so later and had to sit on the sidelines for a while, but we got back in the game, and not long after that we joined the church, and we followed the church around as it's moved from the River Park to the Unitarian Church and back in this space. But no matter where our services are held, if it's indoors, outdoors, an outbuilding, whatever, we'll be here because we love this church. It's made a huge difference in our lives. But it's not just the church, the building, it's the people. We love each of you. We welcome all of our new people. Our hearts are big enough to love everybody, and we appreciate how you've embraced us and loved us. Okay, now, enough about us, right? Okay. Let me welcome you again to Unity of Chattanooga, and a special welcome to our folks watching us on Facebook live stream. I was a Facebook live streamer for a couple of months back in the summer when I was so ill. And it was a real lifeline for me. And I have a newfound appreciation for all of our AD techs, Eva, thank you very much, Laura, and Gordon. So thank you all very much for what you do. It has a significant impact. And if you're on Facebook today, when you feel better, come and join us in person. But while you're there at home, please feel free to hit that like button, share the page, and if you do enough comments and likes, you get that button where all the stars pop out. So try that. At Unity, we really want to welcome our new visitors, and if someone is joining us today for the first time or the first time in a while, we would like to recognize you by, you'll raise your hand, hold a finger. Hello, pretty lady. Anybody else?
Is Rick not here for the first time? Oh, he's been here before. Oh, okay. That's good. He's from Unity North, all the way down in
Welcome today. Okay, well, we're just going to welcome everyone with our traditional Unity blessing, so let's rub our hands together, get that fire going, and together we say, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. The Christ in you, of course, refers to that spark of divinity, something we all possess. And it's the very quality of being that Jesus displayed in his life, that he brought forth in his ministry. Unity, as you know, is part of a global community that offers practical tools and principles for all people of all faiths. People who want to live their lives from a higher consciousness. And now, a word from our co-founder. This is a quote from Charles Fillmore. It was written a long time ago, but it still seems quite relevant to me. Unity is a link in the great educational movement inaugurated by Jesus Christ. Our objective is to discern the truth in Christianity and prove it. The truth that we reach is not new, neither do we claim special revelations or discovery of new religious principles. Our purpose is to help and teach humankind to use and prove the eternal truth taught by the Master. Very well put, Charles. Very well. We're good. And Unity today continues to combine the teachings of the Fillmores, as well as the teachings of Jesus, our way shower. His life exemplified love, compassion, and service. He's a great role model for all of us. So yes, we utilize Jesus' teachings, but also wisdom from other belief systems, other religions, and we also include modern scientific principles. And my personal favorite, psychology. And as I just mentioned a moment ago, the church isn't really a building, but it's a place where we come together to connect and to feel, to know that connection with God, with each other, the oneness. And it means a lot to many of us. We are a community of spiritual seekers, souls on a like-minded path. We believe that everyone has a spiritual unity with God and one another, regardless of your background, your theological background, your sexual orientation, race, political affiliations, or spiritual differences. We honor the universal truths in all religions, and wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here with us. Okay, now I have an announcement to make. Okay, well, it looks like more than one. Okay. Let's remind ourselves of the Building Expansion Fund, which is an ongoing thing. And I'll just remind you quickly that we have a very generous benefactor who has agreed to match donations up to $40,000. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Pretty generous. So as you're cruising by the food table today, you can see this little box. Just empty out your wallet. Unless you're like Steve, there's no cash there, just guitar picks. And we have something new here at Unity. This is called the once a month Wednesday Evening Connect Group. And Amanda Adamson is going to spearhead this for us, and she already has some themes planned for the next 3 months. But I know there are many of you out there just waiting for your opportunity to jump in and serve the church. So why don't you see Amanda after the service and volunteer to be a co-chair or just find out a little bit more about it. And also with Amanda, we have the Tuesday morning Spirit Connection Book Study Group that meets at 10:45. They're studying Eric Butterworth's In the Flow of Life. And Thursday, the Wellness Warriors will meet in this space at noon. And the newsletter had a little slight correction. The Drum Circle with Keith Llewellyn will meet on Saturday, October the 4th, and not Friday the 3rd. Adjust your schedules accordingly. And let's see, next Sunday we have Reverend Christina Garza, who's been with us before. She'll be speaking about living your divine purpose. And following the service next week, the Power of 8 will meet downstairs around 12:15. And last but not least, the lovely Mary Tolan Shaw is our prayer chaplain today. She's available to meet with you after the service for private prayer. Okay, now is the time when our service is interactive. You like to get up and greet your neighbor with a smile, a handshake, a namaste, or a hug. Up to you, up to them. Good luck.
It's my
Ivy has 2 children, but Brooke is still solo. And then Chandler, who is Tony's children, Chandler, Dick, Brooke is based out of Minnesota now, which is amazing. From New York City to Minneapolis. How old are you? My daughter said the Black Street one, Ivy, she would sometimes be in the room and help visit me out when I was there. So, this has no lights on it. This is still showing. But I have no way to know it. Okay, so I know when I use this before, I have lights on.
Let me go see if I can hit that other button.
It's still green now. It's the first time I released it. it's showing now, and when I first plugged it in, but I don't have a way of testing if it's actually recording sound.
As long as it still says built-in microphone, it hasn't switched to this.
Okay.
Still breathing.
I was like, I don't know if I'm getting sound or it appeared. I mean, it's almost like they're recording something. And this is on now. And when I first plugged it in, it was on. But then
This is connected to that, but it hasn't registered it here yet. Because it still says built-in microphone. It's recording from here.
Please return to your seat. Settle down. We can give some gratitude in advance because one of our favorite speakers is back today. He always leaves us with some words of wisdom. I think the first time it was no, didn't. And the second time, and this is an interactive thing, you're awesome and amazing. It's true. Yeah, okay. I need to come back to you. Let's see a little bit about Gregory Fisher. He's quite an accomplished person. Although I don't think that was why he did all this. I think there's a little more meaning behind this.
Could you talk into the mic a little more?
Oh, I'll do my best.
I want to hear you.
And a lot of education going on here, but what jumped out at me was his social work degree. Not only social work degree, but an advanced practice social worker. So I'm impressed already. I haven't looked at Gregory Fisher's website. I was interested in the social work part and what he did, because he does a lot of other stuff that I'll get to. But he sees some clients who are probably in the most vulnerable positions that we can be in life. And they have Gregory for them. And I felt better just knowing that yeah, there's a lot going on in the world that we sometimes feel helpless to do anything about. But now I know that you're out there and you're taking really good care of a lot of people. So I'm glad there are people like you out there. We need a few more Gregory Fishers. Okay, in addition to the social work, he's also a licensed science of mind practitioner through the Centers of Spiritual Living. He's an ordained minister through the Universal Brotherhood movement. And still working on his Doctor of Divinity degree. You got a master's in divinity.
Not very well.
And Gregory is a senior therapist at the Integrative Life Center in Nashville and speaks at the Center for Spiritual Living. He's also a recovery coach and a spiritual counselor through his own Nashville-based private practice. Let me get your number. Okay. Thank you. We're so glad you're here today. Please join me in welcoming Gregory Fisher.
So it's just weird to sit and hear yourself introduce, I just got to say. It's like, oh my gosh, that sounds so self-important. It's like you write those things in third person, as if somebody else is writing it, right? I wrote that. Anyway, just saying. I come to you today having... Thursday is always my big day in my private practice. Like I saw, I think 6 people before going at 4 o'clock to start leading a family workshop. So I did a family workshop Thursday night, all day Friday, all day Saturday. And then my sweet husband had bought us these major, on the grass tickets to the soccer match last night. So I was like, okay. And I'm going back tomorrow to lead 2 groups, a 3-hour group in the morning and a 2-hour group in the afternoon. So, wow. I've got some friends that have been my best friends for 45 years saying, can we all get together this evening and talk? And I'm like, no. I am so talked out I can barely stand it. But I am so delighted to be here with you all today. And the topic, which is still up there, the innocent misunderstanding of separation. Feel separate these days? Anything going on out there that might make you feel separate? Possible? I had this topic a couple of weeks ago. I'm doing this talk here, and then next week I'm at CSLA and giving the same talk. And then this week, I felt like by Wednesday or so, one day was I had seen way too many of my friends posting things on Facebook that did not feel like my truth. And so I wrote this. I almost never post on Facebook anything that's like an opinion. And I said this: the hardest thing about being on social media is sitting back and watching people that you know and love endorse and even glorify people and things that actually go against you and in the long run of time have the potential of destroying aspects of your life. It's equally horrifying and heartbreaking. Now, I'm going to be honest. There's a part of me that believes that. And this almost as soon as I posted it, I thought, I'm not sure that's what I believe. Now, let me explain. By the way, then I took a little bit of comfort and also some humor, amusement in seeing all of the people who I really believe agreeing. You know, everyone liking and loving and all that stuff. And I thought, oh, well, I don't know, maybe we're all on the wrong page.
Oh,
Because here's what I know. The idea that I am separate from them, that I am different than these people who I love, and just see things differently. But the idea that I am separate from them is an innocent misunderstanding. It's an innocent misunderstanding of the deeper truth that I actually believe. You know, you made reference to the ocean metaphor, but as the wave is to the ocean, so I am to God. Oh. So, you know, the wave is the ocean. It actually is the ocean. The ocean is made up of waves. Now, there's something deeper, like that's below the waves, that empowers the waves, gives the waves their presence, gives the waves their substance, gives the waves the energy to actually be a wave, right? And each wave is unique. There are no two waves alike. You know, not unlike snowflakes. No two waves are alike. And yet they're all the ocean, which means they're all connected to the same source, to the same energy. So, if I believe this principle is true, that as the wave is to the ocean, so I am to God, I have to know that that source, regardless of how it shows up sometimes, is God. If I believe this, then I know this truth. There is only one thought. What? There is only one mind. There is only one energy. There is only one love, one heart. So everybody, including all of those people with whom I disagree, and in fact, who right now, in some aspects, I might see as horrifying. See, we're all from the same place. So my misunderstanding, I'm going to go ahead and say it's innocent. It's not like I get up every morning and go, well, today my job is to go against everybody. It is not my job today to feel separate. It is not my job today to feel horrified. Right? But it is easy to fall into this trap. Why? Why? Because here's what we have to also acknowledge. If you can get this awareness, and I call it awareness not because I'm saying it, but because I do my best to be aware of it at all times. There are two things going on here at all times. One is called the human experience. It's what looks like my life. The other is the source of that life. And they're going on at the same time. If I can think of it as a stained glass window, some are magnificent. Some are kind of simple. They both have their own beauty. But they really don't show up in their best unless you see the light coming through them, right? So here's what our human experience is. 3 things. Everybody. My thoughts, my feelings, and my actions, what I do. What I think, what I feel, what I do. That's the human experience. Now, guess what? You get to have your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions too. You know why people are so annoying? You want to know why they're so horrifying? Because they don't think what I think.
That's right.
They don't feel what I feel. And they don't do what I do. If they did, they'd be far less annoying. We get that, right? So we go through life going, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You don't think what I think. You don't feel what I feel. You don't do what I do. There must be something wrong with you. Now, guess where that comes from, psychology? You say you love psychology. It's called negative bias. Negative bias. We, as animals, because we're also, animal, part of the animal kingdom here, as our brains were developing, I want to say, as Source was developing us into humans, this place back here, lizard brain, which, by the way, we still have, is constantly scanning. What could be going wrong? What could be danger? What do I need to be prepared for? What do I need to make me feel safe? What do I need to make me feel like I belong? What do I need to make me feel like I have value and worth? What do I need to make me feel like I am living life with awareness? Right? Gotta stay aware. If I'm not aware, I'm not safe. If I'm not aware, I don't belong. If I'm not aware, I have no value. So that's how we live our human lives. Looking for those things. Gotta find safety. Gotta find belonging. We're hardwired for safety and connection. Interesting. We're social creatures. The waves like other waves. So this is what we're looking for. But guess where we look for it? Out there. Guess where we will actually find those things? In here. It's when I return to Source that I can go, oh. Regardless of circumstances, regardless of people, places, and things. Regardless of people, places, and things, I am safe. Right here, safe. I do belong. I belong because I'm here. I belong because I will find other people that recognize that they're waves, and they'll say, you and me. I have awareness when I go inside because this truth that is the only real truth is right here. Didn't go anywhere. Yeah. And because of that I go, I'm pretty sure I have value just because I am. Intrinsic self-worth. That's what we call it in that biz. Intrinsic self-worth. We keep looking at our clients and saying, what if you found intrinsic self-worth? And they're going, I don't know, what if I found $1 million under my pillow? I mean, when you're where most of my clients are, and I say to them, intrinsic self-worth, that's the answer, come on, come on, come on, get it, get it, get it. And they're going, who are you? And why am I paid for this? I don't blame them. You know, but here's the truth about all that. You know how you get it? You start looking for it. Not out there. In here. You start looking for it. You start doing the things that bring you to it. You know, prayer, meditation, fellowship with the right fellows. Find your community. Find the community that looks at you every time and says, oh, beloved. Oh, beloved. You are why there is a God. You are why there is a God. Right here. I feel that. You feel that, don't you? Don't you feel that? Don't you feel that part that says, that sacred voice calls me the beloved. That's a Henry Allen quote, by the way. You are the beloved. Okay. Now, in that moment, I don't have to believe in separation at all. I can think to myself, ooh, I hope everyone knows this, regardless of the differences. Regardless of the differences, I want everyone to know this truth. Because something tells me that if we could all get this truth, there might be no separation at all. See, if everyone felt safe, if everyone felt belonging, if everyone felt worth, if everyone could come into divine awareness, guess what? No separation. But we go back to that negative bias. Oh my gosh, I'm looking. I'm pretty sure in any minute I'm going to see something that I'm going to have an opinion about. I'm going to find something I have to guard against. Wait. Yeah? Now, here's the interesting thing about that. It doesn't mean we don't need to be alert. But what if I could learn in those moments where I feel triggered? There's another word we use a lot in my profession. Are you triggered? Of course I am. All day long. But instead of saying, are you triggered? What if we said, is there a place in you that doesn't need to be triggered? What would it look like to return there? Oh. And I got clients, of course, that will say, I can't not. I can't not be triggered. I can't not be triggered. I'm triggered. Everything triggers me. You trigger me, by the way. Of course, because you're looking for what could be triggering. See, what we believe here, what we teach here, is telling us all day long, if you don't get this, I'm going to urge you to be looking for this. All day long, keep coming home. Keep coming home. I've talked about this here before. I have a wonderful friend, Reverend Denise Yergin at Unity of Nashville. She just accepted the Unity of Nashville 3-year contract. I'm so thrilled I can barely stand it. But she talks about metaphysical malpractice. You know what metaphysical malpractice is? Metaphysical malpractice is coming here, learning these principles, and thinking you can do it with your human experience. I can talk myself into believing I'm okay. I can look for other people that will tell me I'm okay. I can prop my ego up. See, that's some of what happens in my profession. We're not teaching people to find themselves or their authenticity or their connection to the source. We're teaching people, prop your ego up. Feel better about yourself. Come on, come on, come on. Ego strength. We call it ego strength. It's like, seriously? And we think that's the answer? Now, it's good if we have ego strength. It's good if our human experience is just better. But it is not bringing us back home. It might be what helps us get back home. So I'm listening to Reverend Denise a couple of weeks ago, which is when this whole topic came up, because as she was talking, my mind was doing this in a good way. And I all of a sudden realized a big part of what's going on in our world right now. I'm going to try not to be political or have my opinion being shared here. And here's what came to me, and I think it was a spiritual download. I think a big part of what's going on right now is some people who have always longed for privilege, because privilege really suits our egos, right? Privilege says, oh yeah, you're right. You're right, ego. You win. You're right. And that's demonstrated by how we live and all the things you get. Oh no, sounds like metaphysical malpractice to me. If we're not careful, right? Oh, what I get says something about my relationship to God. Are we kidding? Now, I'm going to be honest, and it might. Because I do know this. When I learn these principles, I also find out that I really do get to have the life I want. But not at the expense of others. See, if this life that I want is really just confirmation that I have nothing to fear, we're missing the point. So here's what I wrote. I'm listening to her talk, but I'm writing this. Privilege is the untangible manifestation of overwhelming fear that there isn't abundance enough of good things for everyone. We create separation and either agree that those on my side deserve the majority share because conditions, circumstances, and even divine order says we deserve it, at the expense of those on the other side, or conversely, we agree that those on my side will never have our fair share because conditions, circumstances, and even divine order says we don't deserve it. And none of it's true. See, none of that's true. One of the things we do know here is there is enough for everybody. And you are enough. Because you have what? Value. Intrinsic self-worth. There is enough. There is enough. I believe with all of my heart the innocent misunderstanding of our time is that some people think there's not enough for everybody. And they're going to insist on having theirs. And they don't care who it hurts. So, and I'm not even going to say which side that is. Because the truth is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The answer to these feelings, fear, unconnection, lack of self-worth, and miserable misunderstanding, is to go inside. Go inside. Go inside. And I'm going to urge you, if you can, and I'm saying this to me too, the finger's pointing back here. When you have those moments that you see something on Facebook or somewhere else that says, how dare they? You're terrifying me. First of all, repeat after me. No, boo-boo. No, boo-boo. See, you just got caught. You got hooked. No, boo-boo. No, beloved. Don't go there. That won't help you. Believing in separation. See, what if you could look someone in the eyes who you might want to call your enemy and say, no, boo-boo. Here's what I know. I see Christ in you. Because I see Christ in me. And I know if I get it, you get it too. Right? See, there are religions, some of us might have, believed at one point, that says, no, some people have that and some people don't. Some people have the Christ in them and some don't. The ones that have the Christ in them are the ones that made the right decision and said the right words and all the things you said earlier. Oh, they get to have the Christ, but not others. No, boo-boo. See, Christ is there whether they know it or not. So, what if in those moments I can just say, by the way, breath is the fastest way home. Breath. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that fascinating that God, who created all of us, said, you want to get home? Breathe. The one thing you have to do at all times. But that's what brings you home. Oh, not just breathing. I'm breathing without thinking, but breathing like I'm thinking. Oh, there I am, right there. Breathe. And then say, I think this is an innocent misunderstanding that we are separate. I want to know today that you're safe. You belong. You have worth. And there is within you awareness. I'm not even going to tell you what that looks like. I'm not going to tell you what it looks like. I'm going to stop being annoyed by you just because you aren't experiencing life the same way I am. And so here's the big caveat of this whole thing. And then we're going to be done. And I have to know that there is only one truth. I might not have it 100%. They may not have it 100%. But I'm pretty sure if we could all get regulated, if we could all come home, we could have a conversation that says, oh, there's the truth. And I'm going to tell you what the truth always is. Always, always, always. It's love. See, if it's not love, it's not the truth. If it's not love, it's not the truth. When it's fear, that's the opposite of truth. Okay, beloved? I love being here with you. I wanted to say one more thing. Give me some time. So this morning I was, coming down here and I'm thinking, now what am I going to say? Because I don't ever write any of this down, And I thought, what music could I listen to? And weirdly, what came out of me to say to Siri, hey Siri, play The Lord's Supper by John Michael Talbot. Now, I don't know if you know that. Look at you. It is his setting of the Mass. And I thought, okay, I'll listen to that and I'll have to weed out all the part I don't believe. It starts out with, I'm going to cry. I cried the whole way. I confess to God, the Almighty, and to you, my brothers and my sisters, I have sinned by my own fault, in my thoughts, in my words, in the deeds that I have done. I have sinned. And then it says, now I ask you, all my brothers and sisters, will you pray for me? By now I'm sobbing. I'm like, I might need to pull over. Because I just thought, now see, here's how this might have been used against us in the past. This notion of sin. Ugh, sin, heavy, heavy, heavy. But you know, the word sin is actually an archery term in Greek that says, oh, you missed the mark. You didn't hit the target. Try again. It's not heavy. It's not condemning. It just says you missed the mark. So for me to confess, oh, I've missed the mark in my thoughts, my words, and my deeds. And I might want to ask forgiveness for that. Who am I going to forgive first? Me. I ask forgiveness. And then I get to say, oh, and I might need to have your forgiveness too. Some of this might have gone against you. I know for sure it went against me. But it might have gone against you too. Will you forgive me? And then we say, oh, will you pray for me? Pray for me. Listen, if we're not every day thinking about the people in this space that you've given your heart to, and entrusted in these people your heart and your life and your well-being. And then you turn to them and you say, will you pray for me? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Because I want you to know one thing, maybe 4 things. Here they come. I've repeated them about 10 times already, but I'm going to repeat them again. I want you, Chuck, I want you to know you're safe. With me. You're safe. You belong. You have value. Let's keep in this awareness. Safety, belonging, value, awareness, love. That's what you get here. Pray for each other. It's hard times. It's hard times. I love you. I'll be back. Keep asking.
Can I just stand here? Yeah. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute, you get my check.
So before the service started, I gave Gregory his check and he said to me, well, I hope I live up to it. And I think after your talk this morning, we would all say, beloved. So, now is the time where we offer our love offering. It takes time and effort and money to put together our weekly service, and it cannot be done without your participation and financial support for Unity of Chattanooga. If you enjoyed today's service, and I know you did, and you received spiritual nourishment, and I know you did, I encourage you now to give generously. Jesus said simply in the book of John, I came so that you can have life and have it abundantly. Give, and it will be given unto you. This means that as we support those things that give us positive life energy, those channels open wide and begin to flow with even greater abundance into our lives. So as Reverend Ike used to say, don't give till it hurts, Give till it feels good. So take your gifts in your hands and let's affirm together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I receive in abundance. And so it is. Okay. Will the ushers please come forward?
We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. And we pray that our unity may one day be restored. And they'll know we're our family by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we're our family by our love.
So we give thanks for these blessings, for all of you here today, for the gifts of wisdom that we have all received. We are so grateful and we say, thank you, God.
This was a beautiful service.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. An inspirational and very insightful message. Words we can take home with us. Just one word before we go to the peace song. Please keep your prayers, keep your affirmative prayers for Kate Lavery, one of our beloveds. She's recovering from a procedure. I love you, Kate. Okay, now, please, Steve. Oh, Steve, let's get first. I'm back up here. We're going to stand up, we're going to join hands, and then Steve's going to play.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, in oneness all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Perfect. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God